Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment, where he is back, the prodigal child in some people's eyes. Quarterback Will Levis is back. He will start on Sunday at the Los Angeles Chargers. And people, I have to say, and this is as someone who has been a Will Levis doubter ever since we drafted him, a Will Levis doubter since I've seen him in college, that this is the correct decision by the Tennessee Titans. Give him another chance to prove himself. Give him a chance. Now, with that said, unfortunately, he is most likely screwed, okay? And I don't think that they're screwing him on purpose here. They couldn't have waited. You have to get as many games as possible. But let me tell you, first of all, okay, they did kind of screw him in this sense. They traded away the one wide receiver, the one target that he's ever had chemistry with since he's been in the NFL. Now, I'm happy we did it. We got some draft capital. We had to do it. But the one target that Will Levis has had success with, they traded him away. So they already screwed him there. Okay, now Calvin Ridley's still here, and he's playing better. But you know who Calvin Ridley doesn't play well with? Oh, it's Will Levis. And I don't think that's magically going to, explode. I think it'll be better because it's been so awful. 8 targets, 0 receptions, 0 yards. How can you be much worse than that? So I think it'll be better. And now there's no Hopkins, so you have to throw the ball to him, for God's sake. I mean, you're not going to throw the ball. Well, you think Chico Conco's now going to finally be some high target, high velocity, pass catching tight end? Get out of here. You think Josh Wiley's finally going to show up? Get out of here with that. Maybe Tyler Boyd and him, they had some good chemistry, but there's just not enough targets now. Tony Pollard, he'll hit Tony Pollard. We love Tony Pollard on this channel. But not only that, we're facing the Chargers this week. And the Chargers are now playing their best brand of football. And usually, I complain about the Chargers and saying that they're inconsistent and that they lose to teams that they shouldn't. Only one game this year has that been true, but now, and that's to the Arizona Cardinals at Arizona. But that loss doesn't even look bad. The Cardinals are 5-4. They lost to them, they lost to the Chiefs, and they lost at Steelers. But they've been getting it done against teams that they should. They beat the Raiders, beat the Panthers, beat the Broncos, beat the Saints, beat the Browns. And the last 2 weeks have beat the bad teams appropriately. They beat the Saints 26-8, and they beat the Browns 27-10. So this Chargers team under Jim Harbaugh, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Now, I think the offense should be better. I know the wide receivers aren't great. They finally got Quentin Johnston back. I like Larry McConkey, but he's a rookie. And I don't like their talent situation. So I understand why they're not prolific yet. I think they will be as they add more talent in years to come at the wide receiver position. At least they should. Look, I know Jim Harbaugh won a national title last year doing this sort of system with Michigan. It ain't going to happen in the NFL, dog. I promise you that. Get some wide receivers and start throwing the rock. It didn't work for you in San Francisco. Okay, I guess you got kind of close. It ain't going to get you the job done. Get you some wide receivers and let Herbert throw the ball. He'll get you to the promised land. Because I like what they're doing. They're going to make the playoffs, right? But get you a wide receiver and let Herbert throw out the rock. So there, or a tight end. I don't care. But anyway, so the Chargers are playing well. And here we come. Here we come to town. So we're going to do a quick preview here. We don't need to belabor on this game, but we'll preview it. So Will Levis, look, I'm happy you're back, but it's not looking good. Because also, before we preview it, so not only do you have to face the Chargers this week as you return and you hopefully are fully healthy and from what I'm hearing from him, I don't think he's 100%. He's still like, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling comfortable. I'm not hearing, I'm 100%. I'm ready to go. Get me out there. I'm not hearing that. But anyway, so not only do you have to face the Chargers this week, then we host the Vikings and that defense. which did not look great last time, actually, granted, but I think they're on a bye. I think. Let me check that real quick. But regardless, you know that Brian Flores is going to want to come in and definitely, they're not on a bye. They're at Jaguars. He's going to want to come in and dominate this Will Levis. So you host the Vikings. Then you go at the Texans. And by the way, the Texans are not playing well. But at the Texans. Yikes. And then you go at the Commanders. So that is 4 straight games against teams that are going to make the playoffs. 3 or 4 of which have very good defenses. We might upset one. I'm not picking one of these to be an upset. It might just happen that the Vikings come in here sleeping. And the Chargers, like I said, historically they have slept. They have had, they've been trapped before. But we're going to be a 7, maybe Vikings, maybe 6, but I think 7-point underdog in each of the next 4 games. So, Will Levis, I'm glad you're back. Welcome back to the hardest part of our entire schedule as the tank comes out and is on. Okay? That win last week in the win, it was not good. And I don't know what people saw from Mason Rudolph. He did not play well. I said he's a backup for a reason. I said you can throw him in there for Levis. I don't care. They're interchangeable to me. Like, Levis is just more backbreaking, but you'll have more highlights, so it's more fun, I guess. But you'll have more lowlights, so it's more embarrassing. So there's no scenario, in my opinion. Well, there's a scenario. One of these might be an upset, but at the very least, we're going to be 3-9. But probably 2-10. So let's preview the game briefly, and then let's get out of here. Man, it's fun talking about this team this year, huh? All right, anyway, so let's look at the injury reports real quick. And let's start with the Titans. So L'Jarius Sneed is out. Yikes. Now, I don't hate this because, again, the Chargers wide receivers aren't great. While Quentin Johnston might have had a bit of a breakout game last week, at least definitely for his standards so far in the league, I still don't trust him. I don't think he's a good wide receiver. Certainly not yet in the NFL. So L'Jarius Sneed being out isn't a big deal. And then you also see on this injury report, who is that listed? Dylan Radins is questionable, as is Julius Chestnut. Okay, and not much really to discuss. All right, and then you have the Chargers, where you will see a familiar name and situation on here as cornerback Christian Fulton. Guess what he has? A hamstring injury. Now, with that said, before we go too hard on Christian Fulton, guys, he's actually playing well. I know, I can't believe it. This is actually probably going to be just seeing that he was out on. By the way, I'm making this before the Friday injury report come out. It's Friday at 3 p.m. Central. Oh, so the Chargers have not released their scouting report yet. But this year, Christian Fulton has played 300 snaps. He's been out there pretty much as their starting corner, splitting time, but he's been out there. And guess what? Look at these stats. He's given up only 9 catches, 96 yards on a 56.3 percentage, and he has an interception. The passer rating thrown at him, 68.8, a career best. So wow, look at that. As we finally let go of Christian Fulton. He's healthy until now. And he's playing well. Now, I don't really mind because, look, we have Chidobe, who has been injured himself this year, so what a reversal there. And Sneed, who's been injured this year, so what a reversal there. But, Jarvis Brownlee, we've been we were seeing from him, so it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just, isn't things just great? Fulton leaves, he's playing well. Henry leaves, he's playing almost at an MVP level. We trade away DeAndre Hopkins. Oh, he gets 2 touchdowns on Monday Night Football. Oh, those stupid Tennessee Titans is what everyone around here is saying. Kevin Byard, is playing well right now for Chicago. This year's doomed. I mean, it's just crazy. But maybe we are not doomed, but what is it? What's the opposite of doomed? Destined for a quarterback in Shedeur Sanders or Cameron Moore, maybe. So also we have on this injury report, Khalil Mack is the other big name, as is Denzel Perryman. Obviously, I think, by the way, Bosa came back last week. He's limited, but I think he'll absolutely play. And then we'll see about J.K. Dobbins. But we'll see, because he did get rested he was arrested, so I think he's fine. All right, so matchup-wise, here's the problem. You have the combination of the Chargers here in, remember this name? Joe Alt at right tackle, and Rashawn Slater, one of the top left tackles in the league. So boom, Harold Landry and Arden Key, good luck. Good luck. So our cornerbacks are going to have to hold up, and Snead is out. So it's just a problem. Now, the good thing, if anything, is for the Chargers love running the football. And again, it's been working for them, so I'm not going to hate on that. But I'm pretty sure their season high is 26, which they've done, or 27. They scored, I think it was 27 last week, and then 26 the week before. But they only put up 15 actually against the Arizona Cardinals. And it was a game where it's like, what's going on with the Chargers? Like, why are they had some mistakes? They weren't, scoring the ball nearly as much as they should. They only put up 10 against the Chiefs, although it's a great defense. Only put up 10 against the Steelers, although it's a great defense. Only 26 at the Panthers. Only 22 versus the Raiders. So they don't score that much. So I don't love the fact that, Alt and Slater are going to neutralize our pass rush most likely. But with it only really being Calvin Ridley now, because Hopkins is gone, with Levis being rusty, with everything going on, I have to have the Tennessee Titans losing this game. Now, maybe it'll be, and it's 13-23. And I really wanted to do 27. But I was like, I think this defense should at least keep the Chargers to what they've been doing. Hopefully. If not, the tanks are going to come out even more. And the Chargers like to keep teams around. I don't know. They always do this. The only time they didn't do this, and remember, we have such a terrible history with the Chargers, is when Phillip Rivers used to kick our ass consistently. And oh my God, that was frustrating. Anytime Phillip Rivers saw the Tennessee Titans on his schedule, he would lick his chops. Here I come, and then he would sling it on us, and it'd be frustrating as all hell. Luckily, it's not those Chargers. So it won't be completely miserable. Our offense is going to stink. I think it's not going to do well. It's going to be a slog. But we'll be around. You'll think we'll have a chance to win in the fourth quarter, and ultimately we'll lose. And then it'll be the beginning of a four-game losing streak. The only one I see is if the Vikings are sleeping. That's the only one I see. Texans, no, because it's a divisional game, and by then I think the Texans will be much healthier. Nico Collins should be back, I don't know. But so that's what I have. Tennessee Titans 13-23. What do you have? Comment down below. Will Levis is back. What are your thoughts? But we have, he showed up in his first game against Atlanta, 4 touchdowns. No one saw that coming. Will he have a surprise game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment. I'm out. See you all later.